Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in personal readings with me, life coaching with me, or doing classes with me, all of the instructions are in the box below. If you would like to know more detail, whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and like my page, which will also bring you in when we're doing mini reads on Facebook, which I do once a month. But it also has everything pinned to the top of the page there, so you can find out more detail. If you're unsure, you can always email me. Other people do. It's all cool. I don't mind at all. If you're unsure of what suits you or what's going to be right for you, I'm more than happy to help. In fact, there is a video pinned to the top of the YouTube page on how to pick your reader and what to expect from a tarot reading. So it's always good to watch that too. I don't think there's much coming up at the moment. We're still running the G's Gang. We do that every fortnight. We had a good group of us last week. We had some great chats. But if you're interested in joining, if you feel a little bit like you're cut off from people and you feel like you want to join in, you can email me for that as well. All right. We're going to use the Romantic Tarot. Sorry, I got lost in my own thinking then. We are going to use the Romantic Tarot for your reading today, which is a beautiful deck. All right. Oh, nice split spirit. You mean business this morning. All right. So we have the Eight of Cups coming up first. The Eight of Cups is a card. Oh, we've gone all bright. Oh, see what there we go. The Eight of Cups is a card that talks of walking away from something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling you. Leaving something behind. Now, it may not just be a situation. Sometimes it can be a way of doing things, a way of being. I have a mossy. It can be a habit, seriously, that you've got into that is really depriving you of some sort of emotional fulfillment. The Eight of Cups is a card that really doesn't mean that things are set in stone either. It can be with the Eight of Cups that you can move away from something but return to it later once you've worked out what you've been doing in a way that perhaps isn't being fruitful to you, but it's something you can return to if you feel that you've resolved some sort of problem or issue. So it's definitely not sort of a permanent fixture, a permanent walking away. The Six of Swords is more done, taking my lessons, I'm going. Whereas this can be, you know, going out to find love for yourself and then coming back. It's not a permanent moving away. All right, and behind that we have the Two of Pentacles. I feel that there is some sort of energy here of you not being in balance, of not being where you want to be, not being where you want to be in life, perhaps feeling a little bit like unstable, maybe looking for more, especially with this Eight of Cups. There may be this sort of energy that you're feeling that what you're doing where you are at this time is not really bringing you the satisfaction all round because you are feeling out of balance here. So some of you could be moving away from a job or a relationship or something more solid like that because you're not feeling in balance. Maybe you've not got a good work-life balance. Maybe you feel like you're investing a lot but get nothing in return. So I feel like there may sort of be some decision here. We do have the Ten of Swords coming through. So you're definitely closing something off here. Wow, it could be with the King of Wands. Now I know we often see the court cards as people. Sometimes this can be a situation as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. But I do feel for some of you here, this may be about a person. You may be closing down a chapter or a time in your life where you've perhaps invested a lot of time and energy into a situation or a person that you realize is putting you out of balance and you may be moving on from that. So it sort of looks to me like you're seeking some sort of balance, but closing something out or saying goodbye to something. Okay, and we have the Ten of Wands here too. Something you've been carrying around for a long while. It could be the energy of a person, it could be the energy of a situation or a job, but whatever this is, it's like you're ready to put the burden down. It's no longer benefiting you at all. All right, so we have the Hanged Man coming through. It's everything here is about balancing yourself out. Everything here is about bringing something into balance here. We do have the Sun card coming through here. Okay. I feel like you're finally learned, for many of you here, you're finally learning how to bring yourself into balance, how to put yourself first, how to bring the energy back to yourself. I feel like a lot of you have been investing in something or somebody outside of yourself, and that energy has started to deplete you because you're out of balance. You're not energizing yourself. You're taking your own power away. So whatever this is, it's like you're starting to understand what you're doing now, and you're going to start doing it differently, because there is a lot of cards here that talk about movement away and balancing yourself out. So something here you're giving way to. Now, when I say the King of Wands may not necessarily always represent a person, you may have found some sort of habit or some sort of destructive way of being or doing that is no longer serving you here, because you're deciding here to put it down and move on or move forward. So something here is not, it's not weighing you down anymore. Okay. Now, this can mean with both the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands that you're closing out this cycle. And a lot of people have been talking about this cycle that never seems to close. And we are a series of cycles. And for many of us, we don't always know that we're cycling until something happens that it gives us a really good indication. But there's some sort of energy here of you having a realization and being able to drop something. And I have a feeling we sort of felt that energy yesterday, where you're starting to understand you've been doing something over and over, but now you're understanding how to let it go. You're understanding how to put the energy from whatever that was back into you. All right, let's see where we're going with this. All right, so we have the Two of Swords coming through. So for some of you, this could be a very difficult decision to make, to give whatever this is away, especially if it's a habit or an addiction that you have. It may be very difficult for you to let go of. And we know with addictions that you can't always give an addiction to something away or to someone away on the first go. Sometimes it might take you several attempts, especially if you have that sort of addictive type personality or the OCD type personality where you become fixated on something. Sometimes an addiction can take you many, many times before you finally nab it, which is sort of gives rise to this idea of people just being able to give things away the first time, which is very honourable and admirable. But it doesn't always happen that way. Very often with addictions, it takes a lot of attempts before you finally start to understand. Because at the end of the day, an addiction at a certain level feels good to you or comfortable to you. Maybe something you've always done. If this is something, for example, like codependency or addiction on people or addiction to love, addiction to what they say, is probably a sex addiction, then something like that may have some benefits to you. So it's very difficult sometimes to let something go. And the Two of Swords is that sort of energy of having to make a decision here to let something go, even though it benefits you at some level. There is the energy of understanding that it's not bringing the balance nor the satisfaction emotionally to you that perhaps you think it does. All right, let's have a look. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune coming through here. We have the Death card. Wow, okay. And we have here the Emperor. For some of you, this is definitely about understanding how to give something away to pull your power back in. You may have been going backwards and forwards on something for some time, but I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card here, the universe is saying now it's time to make this decision to let whatever this is go and take your power back. Now, it could be something very different for each one of you, but I guess what the universe is saying here is that addiction in itself is not really bringing you the satisfaction nor the happiness that you think it does. So whatever it is for each one of you, this is just about cycles. So everybody seems to be cycling on a different wheel. But it's understanding how you are, I want to say ripping yourself off, because I think this is what's coming through here, is that you are addicted in a way that you need to understand that you are depriving yourself of something here through not holding on to your personal power. Something that really has not brought you a great deal of satisfaction along the way. The Wheel of Fortune tells me the universe is working with you to understand this. Look, we have the Hierophant coming in. That's beautiful after all the cards saying that we need more balance. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups coming through with the Knight of Pentacles. These two guys have come through a lot with each other lately. I'm going to get into their energy a little bit more because I feel like there's probably other messages in amongst this. You know, it's really funny because I see the Hierophant and I think we're being told here, you know, that we need to have more stability in our lives, and perhaps by not enduring the things that we don't enjoy or are satisfied by, or understanding that what we are doing may not be satisfying us at a deeper level. But when I see the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles come through together, I feel like it's almost like that energy of slow and steady wins the race here. Don't be too hard on yourself. You know, go in with love. Take care of what you're doing. Take care in what you're doing here. Because there's very much this energy of being kind to yourself. Now, if you're trying to phase out some sort of way of doing, way of being, addiction, whatever it is for you, if you go in, you know, really and hitting the wall as hard as you can, then it may not give you the result you want the first time round. And I think for some people it's really easy to go cold turkey on something. For other people, it's not so easy to do the cold turkey thing. They may have to do a phasing. But either way, it still takes time to do what you need to do. And I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups energy, it's sort of this energy of making sure that you have lots of self-care, but also making sure that you take things slowly rather than rushing something. With the Hierophant here, it's really telling me that you need to bring in some sort of energy of stability. So maybe not doing things in a big hurry. All right, so we have the Seven of Swords coming through here. With the Two of Wands, the universe is trying to move you in a slightly different direction here, in line with your destiny. So it was at this time that you were meant to go through this process. It was at this time. So this is part of your natural unfoldment. Because you're being moved in a slightly new direction. And it is, oh wow, okay, just judgment. You know, it's really, what it's sort of getting at here is this idea that depriving ourselves of something here with this Seven of Swords, like this idea of self-deceit or self-denial. What are you doing in your life that is denying you of the absolute pleasures of life? What are you doing? What are you settling for? Your life is out of balance. Everything seems a little sort of out of whack. And it's like you're settling for something here when you could be bringing in something more. All right, let me just get into this a little deeper, see what they're saying to you here. All right, so there is the, where are we going here? 8 of Cups, walking away. 2 of Pentacles, because you don't have balance where you are. You're closing something down with the 10 of Swords, and I feel like it's got something either to do with the person or situation that is not benefiting you here. The 10 of Wands is here, which says to me that there is a burden you've been carrying around for a very long time that is not serving you. The Hanged Man is here, which sort of gives rise to this taking time out, seeing things from a different perspective. Maybe you've been really tied into something or really bound to something for a really long time, because the Temperance card is here saying that there needs to be more balance, and we do have the Sun. So it's like something is coming to light here, some sort of realization about the way you've been doing things up until now, where you may have been settling or denying yourself of something through settling for something much less, maybe not realizing your value, maybe not really understanding how powerful you are. But there's this energy of not having stability here. There's a rebirth coming through. There is something you're going to do here because there's some sort of rebirth and moving in a new direction. And I feel like it was on your path anyway. It seems to me like many of you are coming to some sort of crossroads here, where you're having to choose to let go of things. At the crossroads, you're letting go of things that no longer serve you. But this time you're doing it in a way that you're understanding why they don't serve you, why you've been cycling them, how they have felt comfortable for you, like an old pair of jeans. So you've kept them. You've kept using them, wearing them, whatever it is for you. And the universe is saying this isn't serving you any longer. Oh, you're a creature of the light. How very beautiful. All right, so, of course, I have the Tower. Of course, I have the Tower with the Queen of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. You're realizing your personal power here. This is really beautiful, actually. There is a big realization of your personal power through some sort of epiphany, wake-up call, something here being driven home to you, for you to understand your personal power. Some sort of awakening coming through here. Some sort of realization around taking a different pathway because you've been denying yourself here. You've been denying some sort of energy or denying some sort of realization or way of doing things. There's stability coming in here, but there is a huge change coming, a huge change. This isn't a little change. This is a huge change, a huge realization and a pull to move in another direction. And the universe is saying to you here, you can't stay where you are because you've outgrown this now. You're starting to understand it. You're starting to become spiritually aware of what you've been doing and how you've been doing it. All right. Oh, look at this. Self-Deceit. And I pull out the card of deceit. All right, I'm going to pull another card here. All right, and we have hostilities. Okay. Deceit and hostilities. So something is going on here. 25 and 26. I've pulled 2 cards out which actually run consecutively in the book. All right, deceit is about hidden tactics and manipulation. This card comes as a warning that there may be some deception going on in your life. The person behind the curtain is likely someone you know or deal with either personally or professionally. The duplicity could be regarding a personal issue like someone spreading rumours or disrespecting you to others, or it could be a business matter where details are hidden or even manipulated. Be aware of what's going on in your life. The man behind the curtain is holding a bag of something valuable. So watch your money and your good name and make sure you have all the information you need to keep things honest and secure. A deeper layer of meaning may be that the deception is actually coming from within. Is there something that you're lying to yourself about? In this case, this bag of valuables may be holding things like self-esteem, happiness, and even leisure time. Whether it's about your life or yourself, remember that the universe has a hard time sending you honoring experience if your energy is shrouded in self-deceit. So if you don't think you deserve something, it's unlikely that you're going to receive it, not because you don't deserve it, but because you think you don't deserve it. The second card here around hostilities talks about having your defenses up and aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be already or have been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out-and-out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent and more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time. But whether this is old or new energy, it's the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you may have to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. So I feel like somehow or another with this cycle, whatever you're going through here, I feel like the universe is going to give you a really big bolt of something here for you to understand how you've been doing things in a way that isn't beneficial to you. Big awakening coming with that Tower. Have a great day.